I love visual storytelling. And so I started getting obsessed with that, and I wanted to direct my script. So what I did is I went and I shot a short film. I wrote and directed my first short film, which of course had to do with basketball. It's called The Language of Ball. And I wrote it in 2017 in the midst of the chaos of that administration, where there was a lot of divisiveness and hate, specifically targeted towards Muslims. And so I decided to write a story because in my travels with basketball, when I was with Nike, whenever I'd go to, let's say I'm in Japan, I don't speak Japanese, but the first thing I always do is I go to a basketball court. And when I'm on the court, what I loved always is I could communicate. I could express myself in a way on the court, and they understood me, even though I don't speak the language. And I could understand a bit of their culture and who they are. So I love these languages that don't require words, art, music, sports, that bring us together. And so I thought, I came up with this idea to write this story about this teenager from Yemen who doesn't speak English, comes to New York with his mom. And all we know is that he sleeps with a basketball like I used to. And on the ball, there's written in Arabic, we'll miss you, like things from his buddies. And all the kid does, because he's new to the city, is he gets up every morning and he goes and shoots around by himself on this basket. And one morning, another kid, a Dominican kid, rolls up on his bike on the other court, and he's shooting around. And it's this thing that happens when you're on the court where there are these glances. You kind of check the other one out. You're looking at them and seeing just checking them out. And so the Dominican kid ends up coming to the kid from Yemen, and he says, "You want to play one-on-one?" They play a game, and we see the language already beginning to develop, that they're communicating in a way without words. And the Dominican kid ends up taking the kid from Yemen on a tour on his bicycle, on a tour of various New York City parks. And I specifically made them very different. So we took him to a park in Chinatown. I took him to a park in Harlem. I took him to a park in Washington Heights. And then by the end of the film, it's a very simple message. They just shake hands, and the kid's like, "I'll see you around." And we stay with the kid from Yemen, who just lights up and knows, like, I just made a friend, maybe. It's that idea of connecting through compassion and a simple gesture of saying, "Hey, you want to play a game?" And so the purpose of that short was to show that I can direct. That was my goal. I was like, I want to show people I can tell a story visually. And I purposely said, I don't want to use a lot of words. I want to show them I can do it with visuals. And that little short, man, I'm so proud of it. It went and made it into Toronto and all of these festivals. It ended up getting licensed by this great company called Topic. And that sort of really became my calling card to show people I can direct and I want to direct. And so it was a real proud moment. And since then, I've directed other things, and that's where I'm looking to go to. That's sort of my next obsession is in addition, I'll keep acting. I love acting, but directing and producing and writing have become real passions.